Hey everyone, welcome back to English Conversation Journal. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Mike. Sarah, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Mike. Thanks. How about you?
That's awesome to hear. I'm doing pretty well myself. I have a question for you.
Uh-oh. What is it?
When your phone rings with an unknown number, what do you do?
I let it go to voicemail?
Right. And I know I'm not the only one who does this. Even native speakers get anxious about phone calls sometimes.
Oh my gosh, yes. And for English learners, phone calls can be absolutely terrifying. You don't have body language, you can't see facial expressions, and if the connection is bad, forget about it.
Exactly. So today, we're tackling phone calls in English. We'll cover everything from answering calls to making appointments to dealing with those awkward moments when you can't understand what someone said.
And we'll share some pretty embarrassing phone call stories too.
Oh dear, should be fun. Let's dive in. But before we jump in, let's remind our listeners to hit that subscribe button.
Yes, please do. Subscribe to English Conversation Journal. And don't forget to click the like button if you enjoy our episodes.
And share this podcast with anyone who's learning English. Your support means everything to us. Okay, Sarah, let's start.
Okay, so let's be real. Why are phone calls in a foreign language so much harder than face-to-face conversations?
Well, for starters, you lose all visual cues. You can't see if someone's smiling, nodding, or looking confused. It's just audio, which means you're relying entirely on listening skills.
Right. And the audio quality can be terrible. Like, you know those moments when someone's on speakerphone in their car and there's wind and traffic and whoosh, you can't hear anything?
Oh, yes. Or when they're in a busy restaurant or their connection keeps cutting out. Me? Your break up.
Yes. And then there's the speed. People talk fast on the phone. They're not slowing down for you like they might in person when they can see you're struggling.
And you can't ask them to repeat things too many times without feeling embarrassed, right? After the third, "Sorry, what was that?" you start to panic.
Totally. Plus, there are all these phone-specific phrases that you just don't learn in textbooks. Like, you're breaking up doesn't mean you're ending a relationship.
Good point. Or, "I'll put you through." Or, "Hold the line." Or, "You've reached the voicemail of..."
Exactly. So many weird phrases. And don't even get me started on automated phone systems. Press 1 for English. Press 2 for... I can barely understand those as a native speaker.
Those are the worst. Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line. And then you're waiting for 45 minutes listening to terrible hold music.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay, but here's the thing. Phone calls are unavoidable. You need to make doctor appointments, order food, call customer service. So we've got to learn how to handle them.
Absolutely. Let's break down the different types of calls you might encounter.
All right, let's start with the basics. Someone's calling you. How do you answer?
Right, so in British English, we might say, "Hello? Hello, James speaking." Or more formally, "Good morning, this is James."
In American English, it's pretty similar. Hello? This is Sarah. Or casually, hey, what's up? If it's a friend.
Now, if it's a business call and someone asks for you, you'd say, "Speaking," or "This is he," or "This is she."
Ooh, yes. Though this is she sounds kind of formal. I usually just say, "This is Sarah," or "That's me."
Fair enough. Now, what if someone asks for someone who's not available?
Oh, so you might say, "I'm sorry, he's not available right now. She's away from her desk at the moment. Can I take a message?"
Exactly. And here's a tricky one for learners. If someone asks, "Is this Sarah?" and you're not Sarah, you say, "No, this is your name. Would you like me to take a message?"
Right. Don't just say no and hang up. That would be so rude.
Yes, please don't do that.
Okay, so what about when you're the one calling someone?
Good question. You'd typically start with, "Hello, this is James calling." "Hi, is this Sarah?" "Good afternoon, I'm calling about..."
Yes, and if you're calling a business, you might say, "Hello, I'd like to speak with someone about..." "Hi, I'm calling to make an appointment." "I'm calling regarding my order."
Now, here's where it gets interesting. What if the person you're calling doesn't recognize your number and sounds suspicious?
Oh, that's awkward. You just have to clearly identify yourself. "Hi, this is Sarah from the English Conversation Journal. We spoke last week about..."
Exactly. Give context. Otherwise, people might think you're a telemarketer and hang up on you.
True. Speaking of which, if you do get a spam call, you can just say, "I'm not interested, thank you," and hang up. You don't owe them an explanation.
Absolutely. Be polite but firm. Let's move on to one of the most common reasons people need to make phone calls. Booking appointments.
Yes. This could be a doctor's appointment, a restaurant reservation, a hair salon, whatever the reason. The structure is pretty similar.
So you'd typically start with, "Hello, I'd like to make an appointment for..." "Hi, I'd like to book a table for..." "I'm calling to schedule an appointment."
And they'll usually ask you some questions like, "What day works for you? What time would you prefer? How many people?"
Right. And here's where you need to be clear and specific. Say the date clearly. Next Tuesday, March 5th, rather than just Tuesday, because, there are multiple Tuesdays.
Good point. And for time, use clear phrasing. 2 p.m. or 2 in the afternoon, rather than 1400 hours, unless you're in the military.
Yes, please don't do military time unless you're actually in the military.
Okay, so here's a full example. Let's say you're calling a restaurant.
"Giovanni's Italian Restaurant, how may I help you?"
"Hi, I'd like to make a reservation for dinner, please.
"Certainly. For what date and time?"
This Friday around 7 p.m. if possible."
"Let me check. Yes, we have availability at 7 p.m. How many guests?"
4 people, please."
"Perfect. May I have a name for the reservation?"
Yes, it's Sarah. Sarah.
"Great. And a phone number in case we need to reach you?"
Sure, it's 555-0123.
"Wonderful. So that's a table for 4 on Friday at 7 p.m. under Sarah. We'll see you then."
Great. Thank you so much.
And there you have it. Pretty straightforward, right?
Yeah, the key is to have your information ready before you call. Know what date you want, what time, how many people. Don't call and then start trying to figure it out.
Excellent advice. Now, what if you need to change an appointment?
Oh, so you'd say, "Hi, I need to reschedule my appointment. I have a reservation, but I need to change the time. I'm sorry, but I need to cancel my appointment for tomorrow."
And always give them your original appointment details so they can find you in their system. It's under Sarah for 2 p.m. on Friday.
Exactly. And if you're canceling, it's polite to give some notice. Don't cancel 5 minutes before.
Yes, that's not ideal.
Okay, so let's talk about the most stressful part of phone calls when you don't understand what someone said.
Oh, this is the worst. You ask them to repeat once, twice, 3 times, and you still don't understand.
Yes. And you start to feel so embarrassed that you just say, uh huh, okay, yeah, and hope for the best.
I've done that. And then you hang up and realize you have no idea what you agreed to.
Terrible strategy. Okay, so here are proper ways to ask for clarification. I'm sorry, could you repeat that? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you speak a bit slower, please?
Right. And you can be specific about what you didn't understand. Sorry, was that Tuesday or Thursday? I'm sorry, could you spell that for me? Just to confirm, is that 2 p.m. or 2:30?
Yes, confirming is so important, especially for numbers. Like, did you say 15 or 50?
Oh, yes. Numbers are tricky on the phone. 50 and 15 sound quite similar. 13 and 30 as well.
Right, so it's totally fine to ask them to repeat or spell things out. Um, they'd rather you ask than show up at the wrong time or place.
Absolutely. Now, what if the connection is genuinely terrible?
Oh, you can say, I'm sorry, you're breaking up. The line is really bad. Can I call you back? I'm having trouble hearing you.
And if you need to call back, you might say, let me find a better spot and call you right back, okay?
Yes, and here's a pro tip. If you're really struggling, you can always say, I'm sorry, English isn't my first language. Could you please speak a bit slower? Most people will be totally understanding.
Absolutely. There's no shame in that. It's actually quite brave to make phone calls in your non-native language.
Definitely.
Right, so I promised I'd share an embarrassing story.
Yes! Come on, spill it.
Okay, so a few years ago, I was living in the US for a bit, and I needed to call to set up my internet service.
Okay.
So I ring them up, and this woman answers, and she has the strongest Southern accent I've ever heard. I mean, lovely voice, but, I could barely understand a word.
Oh no.
She's going through all these package options, and she says something that sounds like, we've got the basic, the super, and the mega deluxe. And I said, yes, I'll take the super one, please.
Sounds reasonable so far.
Well, she then says something I don't understand at all. Just complete gibberish to my ears. So I panic and just say, yes, that's fine.
Oh no, Mike.
And then she says, all right, honey, we'll have someone there Tuesday between noon and 6. And I said, perfect, thank you.
So what was the problem?
Turns out what she had asked was, do you want to add the premium sports package for an extra $50 a month? And I had said yes.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even realize until I got the bill. And I don't even watch sports. I had to call back and cancel it, which was another whole ordeal.
That's amazing. So what did we learn?
Always ask for clarification if you don't understand. Don't just say yes to everything.
That's an expensive lesson.
It really was.
All right, so let's talk about how to end phone calls without being awkward or rude.
Right, because just hanging up abruptly would be rather rude.
Just a bit. So, here are some good closing phrases. Thanks so much for your help. I appreciate your time. All right, I'll let you go.
Yes, and in a professional context, thank you for calling. If you have any other questions, feel free to call back. Have a great day.
Ooh, and if you called and got what you needed, that's all I needed. Thank you so much.
Right, and both people usually say goodbye. So it goes. All right, thank you. You're welcome. Bye. Bye.
Yes, the double goodbye. It's kind of a phone call ritual. Um, it would be weird if only one person said bye.
It would indeed. And if someone says, have a good day, you should respond with, you too, or same to you.
Exactly. Just, acknowledge their niceness, basically.
All right, let's wrap this up with some final tips. Sarah, what's your number one piece of advice for phone calls?
I'd say prepare. Before you call, write down what you need to say, what questions you have, and have any important information ready, like account numbers or appointment details.
Brilliant. My advice? Slow down. You don't need to rush. Take your time. Think about what you want to say, and don't be afraid of brief pauses. They're totally normal in phone conversations.
Yes, and remember, everyone, even native speakers, gets nervous about phone calls sometimes. You're doing great just by trying.
Absolutely. Phone calls in a foreign language are genuinely challenging, so give yourself credit for every call you make.
And the more you practice, the easier it gets. Start with low-pressure calls like, calling to order takeout or asking a store if they have something in stock.
Perfect advice. Well, that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for listening to English Conversation Journal.
If you found this episode helpful, please subscribe and share it with your English learning friends.
And if you have any phone call disaster stories, we'd love to hear them. Write them down in the comments.
Yes, make us feel less alone in our embarrassment.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep learning.
And keep calling.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.